couple things that we want to finish off with. I think you, after listening to Craig, there's a sense, and it's infectious within Ceva, the passion to get into the swine business. Our commitment is global. We stretch both our R&D network and manufacturing network stretches from Canada down to Brazil to Japan and to China. And the really interesting thing about this network is it's a big network, but it's a very precise focus. There's a lot of communication and a lot of transparency going on so that we can bring some really, truly novel products to market. You've heard about this. This investment, that $68 million, that's an investment in you. We heard the word responsive from Neil Dirks earlier in the panelists. That investment allows us to be responsive for your needs and to your customers. You're the whole reason we're here. And it goes back to what Craig said, just simply listening. Andy and I have spent the last year and a half having some meetings with customers, pulling together some advisory things. We've just been asking lots of questions. And at the end of that meeting, all we simply ask is a seat at the table when the product and portfolio comes together. I think what you'll see in the pipeline is very much reflective of what you've told us from a needs standpoint. We've got some global brands. Outside the U.S., very, very strong global presence. You look at some of these, Altracin would be it's an Altrinagest product, very strong market share. It's the equivalent of our Chronomate in the U.S., our Altrinagest, or the other option, the Matrix. Okay? Gleptosil, that product, that iron product, has a lot of name brand equity. Very, very popular. Our Mycoplasma product, a market leader outside of the U.S. Valora. So Valora was just recently licensed in Mexico, immunocastration product that will be entering down there, Mexico, Brazil, a couple others. And then we have a very novel Vetromoxin, or an antibiotic, outside the U.S. So when we talk about product categories in the U.S., one of the things we really thought about a year and a half ago is how do we structure how we build that portfolio? And when you take a step back and you listen to what you tell us, we've segmented how we are building the business no different than how you talk about your business. We're thinking about products and solutions in that breed to wean. That's the same terminology you guys are using. We're thinking about products that are in that wean to finish. And then there's services. Chronomate, it's kind of funny when we were putting this together. It's the first of many mates. It's a product line. All right? That product line is going to evolve over time, and we're looking for new molecules on a daily basis, but we've got a new molecule that we'll be licensing again. It's patience. Nothing ever comes fast enough, but hopefully by the end of the year. From a respiratory, enteric, and pharma side, I would encourage you to go to Dr. Wei Lu's presentation on Sunday. He'll be presenting on the safety and efficacy of a PCV2 and Mycoplasma product. And you're probably saying, wow, why would these guys be coming to the market with a PCV2 and Mycoplasma product? What we've seen and what we've heard is there's something that's changing or evolving with the protection or with those products. New, novel strains, an adjuvant system. When you got a network like a guy like David Hurley working behind the scenes, working on really what is this adjuvant? It's not going to be a cool name that we're going to come out and just position with the product. Andy's pushed us really, really hard to understand what an adjuvant actually does in this new PCV Mycoplasma product that we're working on, along with other products. Okay? Custom vaccines. Like to introduce David Hankins. David Hankins, stand up. David is our custom business manager, our autogenous business manager. He has responsibilities for swine and poultry. All right? It's his number one job is to bird dog those products and ensure that the customer part of the custom business is successful. All right? We've got access to a host of adjuvants. The key thing about the custom business for Ceva is we're going to apply commercial techniques to make custom products. All right? And it's a focus for us. Number one, number two, share in poultry. We're going to leverage those expertise. And it's an unmet need in the marketplace today. Okay? That's going to be a lot of fun. Equipment. So you've seen this sitting up here for a while. Anyone know what it is? Any ideas? So about 2014 International Poultry Convention, we hosted some customers down there, and during the meeting they had complained about labor in sow farms. All right, it's an issue. They're not getting the job done from a compliance standpoint with injection, and we've got a piece of equipment very similar to this on the poultry side that they use for birds. And got to thinking about how could you apply this for pigs. All right? So it's a self-contained unit. This particular mold is designed for a pig from day 1 to let's say day 10. So your iron shot, early injection. You pick up the pig from behind, you put them on here. There's 2 safety mechanisms. It's a self-contained unit. It's got a compressor in it. All right? Everything runs off of air. I won't push this because it will shoot stuff out. But anyway, can we remove one person in a farrowing house or given injections by having this machine? Rotates to either way, so you don't have to go to the end of the aisle, turn it around, and go back up. It's all self-contained. The other interesting thing about it, from a compliance standpoint, it's very difficult to see. It keeps track of the number of injections. If one of these tubes has air in it, it picks that up. It will not allow you to inject. All right? We want to make sure every dose counts. So, really cool. I can tell you the first version of this was a Rubbermaid cart, this piece of equipment, a battery from Interstate, and a pump that we found at a hardware store. So we are very much advancing with this equipment. And we're going to get it out in the field. It's going to leave here. It's going to go to a 5,000 head sow farm that batch farrows, and we're going to see how it works. And the guy that's going to do it, his attention to detail is second to none. So anyway, that's an example. We have an entire business unit in France. All they do is make equipment. Poultry equipment, all the injectors, egg injection things. So we have access to those engineers for swine equipment. Wow. Even when you think about how we laid out this meeting here, we didn't want to have a stage up in the air. We wanted everything to be flat because we want to be able to talk to you at your level. Not talk down, but talk at the same level. And I think it's a new and novel concept to actually put the customer first. In this business with big pharma, big bio, I think that's lost right now. And that's just really basic. Put the customer first. Right people, right place, right time. Today, people laugh internally. They say we're a team of 2, Andy and I. But the thing about it is we're going to remain extremely lean and mean. We're not going to remain 2, I'll tell you that. But we're going to hire the best people in the marketplace. Steve, the guy that you most like to do business with, we're going to go after that guy. Max, the same with you. Jim Kober. We're going after the best of the best, both in sales and technical service. We're not going to be big. We're not going to have an army. We're just going to be very tactical, almost like a SWAT team. Okay? Custom vaccines. That is moving full speed ahead. We've got Dr. John Elitrosh here. John, stand up. So John's a very valuable piece to our business. His particular segment's called Scientific Services Investigative Unit. What the heck is that? Think of it as the CSI for swine, or for poultry. His team works on the poultry side. We're going to leverage those expertise. A driving force behind why our poultry custom business has been successful is the work that his group does behind the scenes on the isolates. Again, applying commercial techniques to custom products. He's got a lab of whole genomic sequencing, all kinds of equipment. We're going to bring new value to that entire custom business. Problem solvers, that's John's group. And then it's interesting when you're a business that's that's just getting started, you're going up against people that are 4, 5x you, both in field force and talent and everything else. You've got to fight. It's a huge fight. We're always looking for new and novel platforms, new adjuvant systems. If there's something out there, I can assure you our BD guy, Garrett Newbound, Dr. Newbound, he's going to be all over it. If you have ideas, we're all ears. All right? And that's just part of building a business. We're not afraid to go outside for R&D. Okay? So, a couple things. Why Ceva? This has been a really important meeting to us, just to establish some brand equity, introduce you to Ceva, but really what's the most important thing to us is the next 90, 120 days after this meeting. All right? You're going to see us. We're going to be around. Hopefully we'll have some new licenses. But you're going to see the field force grow. We're going to bring on some talent, very, very talented people to support you. The portfolio is going to continue to evolve. Would have loved to have been sharing data on a new vaccine today. It's just, again, patience. And anyone that knows me, my patience running sometimes a little bit short on that kind of stuff. It never happens fast enough. And then experience. Experience in people externally that are going to be customer facing. Experience internally. We've got a heck of a team assembled. Thank you. You could have gone a lot of different places today. There's some great food. Could have been eating crawfish, potatoes, and corn. But you were here. We greatly appreciate it. And the thing about us, we are really just normal people. We will make this business fun. It's going to go back to basics. We're going to do business. We want you to do business with us because, number one, you trust us. We heard from Neil that veterinarians are the most trusted source of information. We're not asking you to trust us immediately. Let us earn your trust. We're a company that's run by vets, focused on vets.